All right, so for my English speech, I decided to do why Rosa Parks is still important today and why her legacy still kind of carries on to this day. So, Rosa Parks was born around the early 1910s, and she was born during a time where, racial inequality was very much a thing back then. And, they weren't really given many rights and weren't treated equal compared to others, right? And based off their skin color, that really dictated whether they would be respected in at current day society, especially, in America and the United States. So, and during her time being alive, she's had many encounters with the law that were obviously, a lot of stuff were wrong and it was very corrupt. So her main one was obviously the one with the bus where she, didn't want to give up her seat and she was sitting in the white part of the bus, which was ridiculous. I don't know why they would segregate that. There's really no point. But she didn't want to go to the back of the bus, so she ended up getting kicked off. And actually, an earlier bus incident prior to that was one where she had to go through the rear end of the bus because she was Black, African American. So the bus driver made her get up, go back out the bus, and then enter the rear, just like any other African American would at the time, which was obviously, very unacceptable. And then during the 1950s, when she was around in her 40s, she led this boycott of the Montgomery buses, and it lasted for about a year. And obviously, many of the majority of the people who had taken the bus were African American. So not even a year later, when she participated in this with Martin Luther King and many other minorities, she had eventually gotten these laws that were put in place, considered unconstitutional, and they were removed. So ultimately, with that, she fought for what she believed in, and obviously for what should have just been given in the first place. She shouldn't have to fight, for things like that. But obviously, with her and especially Martin Luther King at the time, it was very, kind of inspirational to kind of see like they didn't really, you know, go with what everyone was going with at the time. Like she was really one of the first people to help stand up, and get African Americans and many other minorities to get their voice heard and, kind of get this message out like, hey, what they're doing to us is not really okay. And, going forward to today, with everything that's going on, obviously the whole movement towards the beginning and middle of the year is still going on today, obviously very strong. But she obviously, had an impact on that, considering, everything that went on back in the day, to what we're still, fighting for now is obviously, racial inequality. And even Martin Luther King, another person, another big name that really helped, advance, basic human rights for people back in the day. So, that's really what my whole speech was on to, show you why Rosa Parks, really mattered and why she was really one of the first people, to help stand up for, African Americans. Thank you. Thank you for listening to my speech. Hope you guys' speech does good too. And thank you.